Because I know what, we have a couple character stories to do and a bunch of EX monsters to fight.
Probably. I don't know if we have that many EX monsters.
Yeah, I think we only have a couple of those, actually.
We don't have any elite monsters. The EX monsters don't show up until post-game.
Well, I've called them at least 5 or 6 different things that they're called at various points in stories in various Tales games. We've called them Giganto monsters, we called them Elite monsters, EX monsters.
They're technically elite monsters.
They are optional bosses that we're going to kill. Gaius would consider it a training exercise. I like how in game mechanics that's the name of the chapter there, but in reality it's just listing both of our playable characters.
What?
Well, you know, it had the chapter name, which is Mila Maxwell, and then below it, Ludger level whatever. I'm like, oh, it's just listing our characters. I will say that even though we've been brutalizing this game for pretty much the entirety of post-Volt, for me, this playthrough got a lot more fun when Mila joined. She is so much better than Jude and Alvin.
Okay.
Hey, not bad.
We got 6 glow fruit.
Actually, before we send the kitty out again, we have a quest here, Triglyph anyway, so why don't we warp here, check the job board here, and see what we can send the kitty out for.
One of these days, right? So the Kukar Ice Caverns and the Neokara Holomont.
Neokara Holomont. Machina Whiskey. Do we have that? Light Shroom Spores. So we need a model windmill, light shroom spores. We have some of that.
Do we have? I don't think we have the Machina Whiskey, do we? Because the Machina Whiskey would be the logical thing to pick up first. Oh yeah, we do have it.
Yeah. Light shroom spores, though. Model windmill, I know, is in a. I know where the windmill is, so let's just go there first.
We must have found one at some point because it's on the list.
I don't know if
Yeah, but we don't have one, I don't think, because it wasn't. Yeah,
I wonder what we did with it.
It shows current 0. I don't know. Maybe it was using a recipe or something. Light shroom spores, though.
The Vikale mine. Yes, it says in the description. It's a cat item, but you know, that's where we'll have to send the cat, the old Vikale mine.
Why not ask the cats to do it? They're always coming back with rare items.
So, do we want to do the monsters first?
The monsters.
Luger, can I ask for your payment? Congrats on 1 million, Goldrip!
First we'll make this stat payment so she stops bugging.
That's
Well
optimistic.
done, Mr. Kresnik. I have a message for you from President Bakor. I want to meet the real Maxwell. Bring her to Spirius. End quote. Please follow through at your earliest convenience.
What'd you say again?
All anyone cares about is
Stories.
The monsters.
I'm sorry.
I hate that stupid spirit.
But before we go and warp out of any towns, we should fix our party.
What were you thinking? Oh, good point. And for monsters... There. So we want to go to the Ice Caverns and Niakara Hallmont. Hallmont's higher on the list.
We need to check our orbs. This was on the list of things we needed to do and didn't. We have a medium fruit yakisoba we'll be able to use.
Yep. Okay. Wanted to check that too. Orbs. That's probably...
Though it doesn't look fine at all, actually.
Well, I was
for
talking
Ludger?
about...
Because he's finished light, and that one he's on is mostly light. That's not efficient. There's...
Oh, that is light. God, darn it. About erupting geyser. We'll have to see where Jude's at, but yeah, for you, we well, okay, she's still working on stuff. Let's just look at all these real quick.
Jude has finished 2 elements. That might be good for Jude. Where's he at on water points? He'd really prefer water, wind, and dark.
Water and wind.
Like, that one would be wonderful for Jude.
You know, I'm just gonna give this to him, and we'll see what happens.
He needs fire, wind, and light.
Fire, wind, yeah.
I don't think there's one that just covers those 3. That one's not terrible for him. It misses fire, which is kind of important.
That's pretty good.
Shame it misses wind, right? But I don't think he has one that's going to cover everything.
Kind of.
Well, what's Rowan have?
Let's see here. Fire.
Light and dark are the 2 that are the furthest
water,
back.
dark.
But he kind of needs everything. Whirlpool that's on Ludger now looks like it might be real good for him. Does he need Whirlpool or does he need its complement? Whirlpool's pretty good.
Yeah. Misses fire, but...
Yeah, but there's not going to be a perfect one with as much as he needs.
Yeah. He hasn't finished anything yet. You definitely need something else.
Well, where's she at?
Pretty even on most things. Lowest on water and wind.
Yeah, that one's great for Mila.
I mean, Luger's long. This one's...
Can I look at Ludger's points again? Okay, so Dark is his furthest ahead one, so it's actually fine to sack Dark on him and go with that, one that's 2 on everything.
Yeah.
Okay, Elise and Musée. These are important characters. What's their status?
Wind, that's pretty... That's not bad.
Yeah, her Dark's already pretty far ahead, but that's not a terrible thing for her to be ahead on Dark.
Musé's kind of shallow on everything. We could swap her and Gaius.
Though, as I recall, Gaius is kind of shallow on everything, too, in a way.
It's almost like they were the last characters to join.
Is the one Muse's on actually bad? Cause okay,
it's not bad.
Cause yeah, light's still something she needs pretty badly.
It has no wind on it, which she kind of needs.
I don't think there is there really one that builds wind and light effectively. I guess that one's not terrible.
It's 9 points total, so why not?
Jude and Alvin have not been looked at really.
Alvin, we looked at Alvin. That was close to who we started with. He's probably fine on that.
Yeah, he'll have to catch up on wind at some point.
But once characters start to get down to where they just
there's the ones that are worth 5 in each, right? The single element ones, they're higher up than that.
Yeah. There's stuff like that. Those will not be. Once characters start getting down really low on a couple elements, it'll not be hard to fill them out.
The Allium Orb shuffle is... I know it's kind of tedious, but it's really important to do it well, because over the course of the game, the value of all those skills added together is very large. It's not as critical for us as it was earlier, because we've learned all our arts now that come from the orb. But those improvements to the arts are... We kind of shrug them off individually, but collectively they really do make a pretty big difference in your effectiveness.
This place has so much more pleasant music in Xillia 2 than it did in Xillia 1.
The context of this dungeon's a little different. Just gonna throw it out there, if you can avoid any encounters on your way up, we won't have to use a recipe.
I know.
Good thing that flying enemy can't get us when we're climbing.
If only it had some way to get off the ground, right?
Oh, and if you're grinding the enemy kills for SP, I'm just going to throw out Neokara Holomont is an excellent dungeon for Mila. Everything here is worth Mila SP.
I think this thing's weak to light. It doesn't screw with your skills at all when you become the real Mila, does it? Nope.
It's actually really funny what becoming the real Mila really means. Because, like, even your affection transfers from the other Mila. Even though they're very different people.
She just drank all the friend potions that we gave to...
Yeah, there's
okay,
is that chest open behind him?
Oh. Yes. I'm pretty sure it was. I think.
It's funny how Muse's level is just about normalized with the rest of the party now.
Yeah, it's open. I think this thing's weak to light.